Optimum Nutrition pre-workout. The gold standard, or is it? What's going on, Kuma Corporation? Welcome back to the channel. I am Professor Bubs, and we're back doing some more reviews, some supplement reviews. I've actually been meaning to record this video for quite some time, but I've kind of been holding off just because I didn't really know how I wanted to approach supplement reviews. I did them in the past, back when I lived in Korea, but now that I'm here, my setup's a little different, as you guys can see. To be honest with you, completely candid, I actually just needed a video to upload today, and the reason is basically my footage from one of my vlogs from yesterday was completely unsalvageable, so here you go. We're getting a supplement review. So why don't we just go ahead and dive directly into it. Basically, Optimum Nutrition is a very well-known supplement company that's making some pre-workout, and it's got 10 calories per serving, which is great. Very low in sugar at 3 grams of total carbohydrates per serving. Moving straight down the supplement list, we do have first vitamin D listed, or cholecalciferol, at 12.5 micrograms, which is a decent amount. Cholecalciferol, of course, is going to be the active form of vitamin D, promoting blood calcium, phosphorus levels, etc. It's a pretty important component at neuromuscular junctions, in other words, activation of your muscles, and also, of course, helps with the bone metabolism process. We also have thiamine in a form of thiamine hydrochloride at 2 milligrams. I actually never heard of this as thiamine, but thiamine, I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure about their naming conventions, but either way, thiamine, aka vitamin B1. This is going to be an important vitamin for metabolism of carbs, amino acids, other molecules, etc. As an example, it's important for the TCA cycle, for the production of acetyl-CoA, which is going to be downstream of the glycolysis pathway. I'm not going to get too in-depth about the details of that, just know that it is important for overall metabolism. We also have niacin coming in at 20 milligrams, or vitamin B3. It's another essential vitamin, of course. B3 is linked to muscular strength because of the involvement in oxidative phosphorylation. So you can kind of think of it as something that's going to help you overall with overall performance. Side note, the things that I'm talking about here, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible and really just talk about the applications in terms of exercise science and not so much on biochemistry, because a lot of you are probably not even interested in that in the first place. So if you are, let me know in the comments. Definitely be willing to kind of dive a little bit deeper into that. Next, we got some vitamin B6 coming in at 2 milligrams. B6 being a cofactor in folate metabolism, very important for your body, especially for ladies out there. Folate's going to be pretty important for you. And basically, it's just involved in like nucleic acid synthesis. So again, amino stuff, brain functioning, etc. Next, we have folate, also important for the ladies, of course. Folate coming in at 340 micrograms, I believe is on here. Yeah, 340 micrograms of folates, and 200 of which is folic acid itself, which is always great. Folate cycle is important for a lot of reasons, digestion being one thing, brain functioning, things like hair health, nucleotide synthesis. And again, like I said, it's very important for the ladies. Expectant mothers, for example, folate's going to be really important to avoid neural tube defects for your child. Another B vitamin, B12, cyanocobalamin at 10 micrograms, I believe. This, of course, is also another important cofactor for a lot of metabolic processes, including the citric acid cycle, gluconeogenesis. Again, going to be important for like muscle building process, etc. Rounding out the B vitamins, we got vitamin B5, or pantothenic acid, 10 milligrams, I think. I put in my notes. 10 milligrams. We got some B5, helps synthesize coenzyme A, which is involved in oxidation of fatty acids, citric acid cycle, etc. You get the gist. They're important for overall metabolism. We also have calcium and sodium, 50 milligrams of calcium, 20 milligrams of sodium. These are just things that we need for our bones, for example. Calcium, sodium being a neurotransmitter as well, which also helps with minimally helps with the pump factor. Moving on into some of the more interesting stuff, we do have their muscle matrix, which has basically some proprietary stuff. But overall, we got some creatine monohydrate at 3 grams. Research does suggest that you want to ingest about 0.1 grams per kilogram of body weight, which improves the adaptations that you see with creatine monohydrate at the cellular level. Some researchers do recommend 3 to 5 grams a day overall for the average human being. I find that I do like to have, if it is a creatine monohydrate and not a creatine HCl or a hydrochloric acid, try to hit that 5 gram per day, or just go for that 0.1 gram to kilogram of body weight. So this is going to be great if you are someone that wants to take creatine. Benefits of creatine I can talk about for hours, but essentially, you know, it helps fill out the muscles get saturated with it. It does help with overall performance in the gym. And then they have this thing called astrogin. I looked into it and it does have stuff like ginseng and astragalus extracts and such. But basically the idea of this astrogin is to increase the absorption rate of things like peptides, amino acids, fatty acids, vitamins, stuff like that. Enable you to upregulate certain transporters like your SGLT1s, your CAT1s, your GLUT4s, etc. And basically what that means is that you increase absorption of some of the things that you're digesting, like your glucoses and your galactoses, which is going to enable you to send the necessary macromolecules from your digestion into your cells for those hypertrophy benefits, right? That's a very simplified version. I can go into a lot more detail, but at the end of the day, the estrogen is there to help you with that absorption. They've got this thing called their performance composite, which was just, I think, beta-alanine and L-citrulline. I think those are the only 2 things in there. Let me double check. Yep. So we got 1.5 grams of beta-alanine and 750 milligrams of L-citrulline. I actually think this is a bit low for the performance composite, how much they're putting in for the beta-alanine and L-citrulline. I've talked about this before in a previous video, but basically both are kind of low. The next thing they got is their energy and focus complex, which is going to be acetyl L-carnitine and N-acetyl L-tyrosine, 375 milligrams to 250 milligrams respectively. Currently, you know, I've looked into it and research doesn't really support carnitine as something that boosts athletic performance as it is purported to. But of course it is still important for other metabolic processes, so it's not like you're just ingesting wasted components. Tyrosine in the N-acetyl L form is shown to be effective in boosting cognitive function, so that's where you get the focus kind of. And lastly, of course, we do have some caffeine at 175 milligrams, which I actually really enjoy, the caffeine being a little bit lower than other pre-workouts. I am someone who's very sensitive to caffeine, so I try to find pre-workout supplements that don't have too much caffeine. So this is going to be like the perfect amount for me. If you're if you're kind of like immune to caffeine, it doesn't really affect you that much, this might not be the pre-workout for you. The last thing on their supplement fact list is something called citrus bioflavonoid complex, 100 milligrams of this. And I can only assume they mean ascorbic acid or vitamin C. I don't know what's in there. I dug through their website. I tried to reach out to them as well, and I couldn't find anything on it. Either way, if it is vitamin C, that's great. It's essential for our bodies. If not, my other thought is that it might be just like citric acid in general for flavoring purposes. So let's talk about the good. The price is good at $30 per container, and it was actually even cheaper on Amazon when I purchased it. It was on sale for 50% off. So basically I purchased 2 for the price of 1, which was great. It has a wide range of B vitamins, which is always nice to see in a pre-workout supplement. B vitamins, like I talked about, are incredibly important for overall metabolic processes, so that's good. The other good point is that there is creatine in the pre-workout itself, so you don't actually need to have 2 different supplements. That being said, it can be a bad thing if you want to take some time away from pre-workout. You know, you want to kind of go off cycle of the pre-workout for a little bit. Then you're losing your source of creatine monohydrate, which would inevitably cause you to need to purchase another separate supplement. So maybe that's not so good. The bad, like I mentioned, the beta alanine's a little bit low, citrulline's a little bit low. Normally, for a clinically effective dose, you would kind of want triple the amount of citrulline as far as research shows. And the big question that many of you are probably wondering is that, would I buy this again? Definitely. You can't really beat it for the price that you're paying, especially if you're getting that $15 price point on Amazon if it ever goes on sale again. You can actually even go directly to their website, I found out, and purchase 2 for $50, I believe. And when you kind of look at the competition and you kind of look at the pre-workout market, a single container of pre-workout that'll give you about 25 to 30 servings, this being 30 servings, will range you somewhere between $45 and $55. So 2 for $50, or if you're as lucky as me, 2 for $30, you really can't beat it. So that about wraps up the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Have you used the Optimum Nutrition pre-workout before? Let me know in the comments down below how it worked out for you. Feel free to subscribe to my various other channels as well, the Bubby Eats channel, Bub's Travel channel, and also the Bub's Gaming channel. Just another side note as well, I do stream on Twitch. It's a little bit sporadic, I'm not gonna lie. I would say I stream on Twitch every day, but that's a lie. But I do stream on Twitch. Link will be in the description. Thanks for watching. Catch you all in the next video. Peace.